everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as give this video a thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed it. And feel free to leave me any comments or questions that you guys may have on this unboxing that I'm doing today. As well as don't forget to hit that notification bell as we do have a ton of fire and heat coming out this week. So I definitely want to have you alerted as soon as those videos are up. And so today, if you have already guessed it, I'm going to be reviewing none other than the Union Guava Ices in the Jordan 4 silhouette. This was an insane cop for me. So we're first going to talk about basically the overview of the shoe. Then we're going to get into the sizing. Then I'm going to talk about how fun it was to style these. And then we're going to conclude with how the resale is going on these shoes, as well as your second chance to be able to cop a Union pair of shoes. Unfortunately, not the Guava Ice, but potentially the other colorway and that noir. So let's jump into the overview and talk about how amazing this basic collaboration with Union and Jordan turned out. All right, so for those of you who do not know, this Guava Ice colorway was exclusive to the Union website. And my God, I really didn't think I was going to be able to cop this. I basically uploaded just a few pages, one on my iPad, one on my computer, and one on my phone. And I'm typically a 7.5, but I decided for some reason just to run a full size 8, just because typically, you know, when you're going for sizes, sometimes the half sizes are more limited. So I had 7.5 on my computer and my pad and 8 on my phone, and I ended up hitting on my phone, which I was so stoked about. For those of you who don't know or who didn't play for this, there was a question, and it was, what is the color of an orange? So for those bots out there, it literally probably threw all of them off, which is why it gave us manual goers an opportunity to actually be able to cop this shoe. So let's jump into this beautiful colorway of the Jordan 4. If you guys haven't already, go back, check out my metallic purple, because that's a great video. It gives some history on this silhouette. Today we're obviously doing a different colorway. This is way more extreme, not as subdued in color tone as those metallic purples, but this is definitely an exciting colorway that I get to add to my wardrobe. So let's go through it. Let's talk about kind of the inspiration of the materials used on this. One of those was actually Birkenstock sandals, which is some high quality leather. Of course, we're used to seeing that, you know, nubuck on the Jordans. This is definitely higher quality leather. I mean, I can really just feel it. I love the color that they chose. It's just kind of this nice, beautiful blush, light pink colorway that wraps around the shoe so nicely. I mean, it's just a nice blush color scheme going on here. And what I love too, that this blush really just goes with this pastel kind of beautiful light yellow on that midsole. They really just pop together, it works well. It's a different color scheme that I haven't really seen before. Then we've got like this weaving in the toe box there, which is kind of like a light gray, whitish color. And then of course, we've got these hints of these hot pinks on the side for the laces here. Then we've got more of that kind of yellow colorway going on here. Then we've got this translucent color scheme here with, of course, this kind of pop of bright sky blue collar going on. And that blue is on the back as well as that hot pink with the Nike Air. We've got some nice, just simple white threading throughout that nubuck light pink suede. And then it looks like we have Union LA on the side there, which is pretty cool. And then we have that Air Jordan and that hot pink and white on the tongue. And for those of you who don't know, this is not the classic size tongue. What's very cool about this is they give you the option to actually take that tongue out to make it the normal classic kind of length, which is much higher up than what we're seeing here. I'm not sure if I'm going to take that stitching out or if I'm going to just leave it at that kind of lower height, but I do love that they actually, you know, give you this option. So the mesh on here obviously is fully traditional, what we're used to seeing. It's got that old school kind of 80s vibe going on. As far as the wings, of course, I mentioned that earlier. We've got the translucent wings on the side. And then on the bottom of the outsole, it's in that hot pink, the yellow, the blue, and white. Overall, this is just a really cool colorway. I was pretty bummed when I didn't get the off-white collab, and you know, I was just like, oh, that sucks. But then the guavas fell into my life, and so I'm more than happy to have it in this colorway. For those of you who don't know, it also came in a off noir color scheme. I actually didn't go for that colorway because this was kind of more of what I wanted to be different in the color schemes that I wanted to add to my shoe collection. All right, so they also gave us a secondary color option for the laces. It's kind of this orangey tone to it. It does actually match the stitching here on that tongue, as well as this little tab here that has a Union/LA on it. So that's pretty cool to have that secondary option. I think I'm probably just gonna keep it with the white laces, but it's always nice to be able to have two options. All right, let's talk about this box. I mean, my box came a little crushed. As you guys know, it's one of my pet peeves, but I guess it could have been worse. We got Michael Jordan's hands there with Union on the top, and of course this beautiful kind of baby yellow that matches the midsole of the shoe quite nicely, as well as it's got that blue hue tone to it. And then one of the coolest parts of this is actually the wrapping paper. It's basically an overhead shot of Michael Jordan in a huddle. Looks like his coach is maybe reading off the next play or something, but I really like that they added kind of that additional imagery in that tissue paper. It's very nice. All right, so now let's talk about sizing. Oh, totally forgot to mention one of the most important parts. Look at this, guys. This tag has Union on it with the Jumpman logo, and it's really high quality. So that was just a nice additional touch to the shoe as well. One of my favorite added parts of the Union Jordan collab. All right, so now let's jump into sizing. As you guys know, I'm typically a 7.5 in men's, which is equivalent to a woman's 9. Fortunately, sometimes, you know, you've got to play a different size because maybe like a 7.5, like I've said earlier, is a little bit more difficult to cop because it's a half size, and they do tend to have more inventory for those full sizes, which is why I decided to run one of the sites for size 8, and that's where I hit. So of course, an 8 is not horrifically a major difference for me. I'm just gonna wear probably thicker socks to kind of fill it in. But again, this does run true to size, so I wouldn't recommend, you don't have to going a size up, but obviously if I had the choice to go a size down or a size up, I'm gonna go up. And that's how I managed to cop a size 8. All right, so now let's move on to the styling section. I had so much fun styling these just because these are such colorful shoes, and they've got so many different colors that I'm not used to actually having in my wardrobe, but I was able to have fun with the styling options. So first up, one of the first options that I chose was a Melody Asani sweatsuit, and that is actually in the butter colorway. And that butter just reminded me of the yellow, like kind of buttery tones that I saw in the shoe. And I really feel like it just popped off with that sweatsuit. It is getting a little cooler, so I added a long, just light terry gray trench coat to it because I am getting, you know, some gray tones in that mesh on the shoe as well. So overall, I just think, you know, it's nice to add a pop of color to your wardrobe in the fall time, and as fall's kind of shifting, I think that I love that I'm able to add like more pastel colorways to my wardrobe. It's not just spring, you can have pastels as well in the fall.
Almost very fine.
right, so next up, my other option was, this shirt that I'm wearing actually, which is a Comme des Garçons shirt for her diffusion line called Girl. And one of the things I loved about this shirt is just all of the different types of pinks that really pop off in this shirt. And of course, we've got this blush baby pink going on in that nubuck suede. And so I really wanted to kind of pull off the pinks in there, but we also have like lots of hot pinks as well in this. So, you know, this kind of reminds me of that bright racer pink that we're used to seeing on a lot of the Jordan shoes. So I feel like the racer pink just really, you know, looks amazing with the comics on the Mickey Mouse and the Minnie Mouse on this shirt. And so, you know, I definitely wanted to make it more subdued for the look overall. So I paired that with a Nike collab that was done with Comme des Garçons black diffusion line. And so that was just a pleated long skirt that goes past the knees. And I feel like, you know, the shoes definitely can be more of a feminine shoe. So I really wanted to kind of give some femininity to it by adding that pleated skirt. But overall, the two just really worked well together. And I think that the coloring in this shirt really pulled from the coloring scheme on this specific colorway and that Guava Ice. All right, and last but not least, I also paired it with another Nike Comme des Garçons collab with the black diffusion line. And that was a black and white dress. It was kind of form-fitting with that kind of belted collar belt that I decided to choose to pair it with. And I also paired it with some black and white socks just to kind of add some fun coloring schemes with it. And you know, it's just, again, I wanted to give you a more feminine look and more of a dressier but sportier style. And I think that the black and white obviously is gonna go well with this. You guys know how much I love black.
I only work in black and sometimes very, very dark gray.
So I had to bring, you know, some options with some black tones in the coloring scheme with this look. So let me know at the end of the video, what was your favorite look that I selected today? Other than that, guys, let's get into the resale portion to conclude the video. All right, so let's talk about the resale on these shoes currently. I'm not gonna lie, these shoes are reselling for a great price point for the resellers, not for people who are trying to buy these on the resale market. Again, if you do not know, these retailed at $250. So first up, let's start with the base sizes. The size 8 that I copped is actually going for the least amount, but I'm not crying about it because it's $840. Like, that's insane. So then on the higher end, we've got the size 5.5 that's actually reselling for around $994. These shoes are crushing it on the resale market. And I would have to say, of course, the larger sizes are doing even better. Like they needed to do any better. So a size 10 on the lower end is going for around $886, and for the larger sizes, a 12.5 is going for $1,599. So for those of you who are obsessed with the shoe and you want to buy it on the resale market, I'm not so sure that the price points are going to be as forgiving on this shoe, especially depending on what size you are. If you're a larger size in that 12.5 region, oh my God, that's extremely pricey for the Union Guava Ices. Other than that, you guys, that is the video and unboxing and review for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, as well as give this video a thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed this review, and feel free to leave me any comments or questions on the shoe. Were you guys able to cop this shoe? Are you looking to get it on the resale market? Other than that, don't forget, guys, hit that notification bell, as we do have a ton of upcoming videos that we do want to alert you on. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning into ShadeTV. My name's Marissa Hill. We will catch you on the next video.